I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Xero Uncut. I'm Zero.
And I'm Bobby. What is up?
Yeah, what is up, everybody? Hello. Like I said, welcome to another edition of Xero Uncut.
Pre-draft edition. Well, pre-draft.
Yeah, back to normal this week, innit? Because last week we had a bit of a weird one, didn't we? Like, because we were talking about Mania and stuff, didn't we? Mania catch-up show last week.
Yeah.
So
It's been a long 7 days. I don't know why.
So back to normal this week then. So there's not actually been that much news come down this week. Not much anyway. It's been rather quiet. I don't think anything big's happened this week.
Did we talk about McIntyre last week? I don't remember.
Let's talk about that one now then. So McIntyre then. So we might as well dive straight into the news then before we do the reviews and stuff. So.
The guy's made of glass. No, I'm just kidding. Very nice guy, but unfortunately, he's injured a lot.
He seems to be off injured again. So, and he doesn't seem to be the only one because Becky was off this week as well, wasn't she? From Becky. She's injured as well apparently. Yeah, Trish. Well, yeah, Trish is injured.
She's working through it, but I mean, still.
Yeah. There's been all that conversation about Seth and everything like that, but. He's not going anywhere, as people have seen there. He's not going anywhere. He's not injured. It's all gimmick changes. It's all literally gimmick changes for the draft. That's why they're all changing it around. And
his contract ends in like 3 more years anyway. Or 2
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Becky's is next year. Drew's is the one coming up, but he's in about 8 months, I think. I think Drew's is like 8 months.
I think he's like the end of this year or like
January
of next year.
Yeah, so I mean, they wouldn't even be talking about contract renewal yet. So all these reports of, he hasn't renewed yet. The reason behind that is they haven't even spoke about it because they wouldn't have done because they wouldn't start talking about it until at least SummerSlam, I'd say.
They definitely won't allow him to sit out the rest of his deal, not 9 months worth for one of the top guys. And if you think about it, he would be an idiot to not at least test free agency.
Yeah.
That's how you make more money.
Yeah. And I mean, as well, what you've also got to take into account as well is all these people are saying, it expires in like November, December time or whatever, but they'll tack the injury time onto the end of it. So if he's out for 2 months now, for example, for injury, they'll add 2 months injury time on. So that'll be January, February time.
Yeah, I mean,
because they've got to.
Yeah, I don't think he's got like extensive amount of time injured. Like
no, but I mean, but what they'll do is they'll add it on. So say like he is off for a month. So say like after Mania he doesn't come back till Backlash. That's 5 weeks or whatever it is. They'll add 5 weeks on to his contract as it is. So
and I mean if he waits, so maybe not last minute, but like if he let's just say his contract ends December 1st, and it's like November like 28th, and he could be like, hey. My contract ends in 3 days, and they'll be rushing, and they'll be like, "Okay, what do you want?" They could do that, He could put them in the corner, and then he can get his money and whatever he wants, really.
Yeah.
But like, I don't see him going anywhere. I really don't.
Yeah, no, he's not. No. Talking about that though, the one who could be going somewhere, Goldberg. Have you seen the thing today? What Goldberg's been saying about? And that?
Yeah. All right. So I met Goldberg.
Yeah.
Really nice guy. Very nice gentleman. But Goldberg, you got your retirement match already, dog. Come on.
Well, he's claiming he hasn't. Yeah, he's claiming that he hasn't.
2017 was your retirement match, and it was a fine retirement match with Brock.
Yeah.
You came back. You can't sit here and be like, they owe me a retirement match when they already gave you, well, not one, not two, but they gave you one already. Because you told them
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is my last one, and they gave you it, and you went out with probably your best match in your return with Brock the second time or the third time, the WrestleMania 33 one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but no, he's been saying now that he might go elsewhere now because he's like, there was
AEW.
there was talks today that he might do a retirement tour. He wants to do a retirement tour basically, where he might do a load of the promotions. So you never know. He could end up at New Japan. He could end up at AEW.
I mean, if he can call those shots, which he is big enough, go for it, man.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Well,
If you can get booked, why not?
Yeah. Well, I don't think Triple H has any intention of signing him. He's got no interest because he doesn't like the older ones. He doesn't want to rely on nostalgia and stuff like that. This is Triple H's thing. If he's going to push a lot of new people now, and a lot of NXT stars is going to be the WWE now. It's a new era come draft time. You're not going to see. You're hardly going to see any of the nostalgia ones. I think the only one we're going to get is, if he actually agrees to it, will be Dwayne, and that if he comes back to do that match with Roman.
We got Shane.
Yeah. But to be fair, that Dwayne one though is because it was meant to happen 2 years ago originally. So that would be the only reason behind it, is because they've got to end the story, haven't they? Basically, that's the thing, is they've got to end the story to be able to. That's the only physical way of doing it, is Roman has to face Rock. That's the only physical way of, and if they can't get Rock, then they're obviously going to have to try and end it some other way. But they're still holding out hope for Mania 40 for it. But
yeah, I mean, how many part timers have had a match since Triple H has come back?
None of Trish. That's it. Trish and Lita.
McAfee, I guess you can.
McAfee, yeah. But then again, don't forget that. Yeah, but that was WrestleMania, mind. You're going to get the odd one or two at WrestleMania.
No. I'm saying he had SummerSlam last year. McAfee.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Against Corbin, yeah. So I mean McAfee, but I feel like Triple H and Goldberg don't like each other.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
obviously there's a history there, but I don't know. I mean, if he does his final gig in Saudi, what does it matter? Put him against the match we all want to see. Put him against Riddle. Have Riddle beat him. Call it a day.
Yeah. Well, there's been some talks today. I can't remember who I seen posting it, but there was somebody posting it earlier on because I've been checking in and that all day. And somebody said that there's been a lot of pressure put towards Tony Khan to book Goldberg versus Punk for
Bischoff.
the London show. Yeah, Bischoff. Yeah,
I would not book that match.
Yeah. Goldberg versus Punk for the London show.
That is a recipe for disaster. If you want to book Goldberg on the show, fine. But Goldberg versus Punk, okay. If Goldberg drops him on his head, one, they'll get injured. If Goldberg accidentally drops him, Punk's gonna fight him backstage. Yeah, we all know how he is. Yeah, no, that's if you want to do Goldberg versus Jungle Boy or something, or Orange Cassidy,
a squash match. Yeah, a squash match.
Someone who can, make Goldberg look good in that short span.
Well, somebody came up with a good idea earlier. I seen it mentioned earlier on. They said, what you do is you put someone against, what you said, against Orange Cassidy, for example, with a stipulation on the line of, if Goldberg wins, he gets a contract. If Goldberg loses, he has to retire. So that can be then his retirement match. And that went into saying Orange Cassidy beats him. Yes, and if Orange Cassidy beats him and that, then that's his retirement match, and that's Goldberg officially saying, I am going to retire from professional wrestling if I cannot beat Orange Cassidy. I don't see him jobbing to Orange Cassidy on the way out. No, but someone like that. No, they said someone like that. So they could do it with somebody against somebody at AEW. If
who would be a really good match? Who? And this man would make Goldberg look like $1 million.
Who?
Darby Allin.
Yeah. What about
look, have you seen how Darby just flies around the ring?
Yeah. What about MJF?
Imagine.
Yeah.
MJF's not the kind. MJF's good in ring, but like Darby will kill himself to make
Yeah, actually, yeah,
it
that's a
look
good point. Yeah,
Like imagine Darby just being speared, and then like Darby will fly backwards. Like Darby's like a stunt man, like a glorified stunt man. Like
yeah, he'll fly everywhere, won't he? So,
yeah, like
yeah.
MJF's good, and he could probably make Goldberg look decent, but like he's like Dolph
Yeah.
Ziggler, Darby. The
Yeah.
selling is
Yeah.
like yeah,
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
like last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember, but Brian Cage F5'd them on the stage. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I don't watch it, do I? So,
Darby, when I tell you Darby face planted,
yeah.
he
Ah, right. Okay.
literally like most people land on like the arms break the fall. Not
Yeah.
Darby Allin. Face boom, and I was like, oh,
Oh, okay.
he's not afraid for. I don't know how this guy's not injured more, but like
Yeah.
no, yeah, Darby will make him look like $1 million, and then
Yeah.
yeah. And you could pretty much just have Goldberg do whatever. And Goldberg doesn't have to. Goldberg's got to be the muscle man, but like, how much does Darby weigh? Like,
Yeah.
150, 160, 170 pounds?
Yeah, something like yeah. Yeah, looking at it, yeah. So, yeah,
I don't know, though. I could see. I don't know if he'll go to AEW, Goldberg. I don't know.
I don't know. It's money at the end of the day, innit? Tony.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure, if Tony Khan is like, "Oh, I'll pay you $5 million," well, Goldberg would be stupid to not do that.
yeah.
I mean, but like, I don't know if Khan would bring him in with the intention for just one match.
No, yeah, good point. Yeah, think about it.
I
It obviously depends on what he wants to do in it, really. So,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
he's clearly adamant he wants one more match at least.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, which is retirement match, yeah, and that. So
he doesn't want to go out with the loss to Roman, and I mean, it wasn't the greatest match, sure, but Goldberg, you're 57 years old, or however old you were at the time.
He's not going to basically do it, is he? So,
listen,
yeah.
When Goldberg in ring is not good, but when you look at Goldberg for 57, 58 years old, the man's in incredible shape. Like you could hate Goldberg all you want, but physically, he looks like $1 million for his age.
Yeah.
Like I saw him against Roman, and I'm like, wow. Like, good for him. Like most guys don't look like that now.
No, fair enough.
And I'm like, but I mean, I don't know. Like I said, have him versus Riddle and Saudi. Why not?
Get that match done and dusted, and get that done out of the way. That's what everyone wants, isn't it? That's the match.
And Riddle would make him look good,
Yeah.
Riddle has even said he's like, for this match, I might have to let him murder me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It would work.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of guys in WWE you could throw him against right now, and it would look fine.
Yeah. So yeah. We might as well move on from that news then. Right. Well, a couple of other things I wanted to bring up anyway, whilst I just remembered is, I don't know if you've seen it, but on that SmackDown Lowdown, Mr. Show after SmackDown normally, which they air on the network. They've actually
Lowdown.
Yeah, it's the new thing now. It's like like that talk show. Like you've got like Raw Talk or whatever.
Yeah, do we have that here?
It's on the network. Network
we don't
Peacock,
have a network.
Network Peacock, yeah.
Peacock,
Peacock, yeah.
No, I
Network
did
Peacock,
not know
yeah.
that was a thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's a thing after SmackDown. They've actually advertised the draft pool. Seeing as we were going to talk about the draft. They've actually advertised the draft pool. Now, looking at it in the images, looking at it in the image that's in there, I haven't got it uploaded on Twitter, unfortunately. It's everyone who isn't injured is eligible. So anyone who's currently out injured is basically eligible to be drafted, and that's all the champions, everything.
Okay, I'll put a squash to that right now.
Right.
I highly doubt Logan Paul and Brock Lesnar get drafted.
Yeah. They aren't on the list. Yeah, so Logan Paul and Brock
shot.
Lesnar are on there. Yeah, but
they want
everyone
Logan
else-
Paul. If they want Logan Paul on SmackDown, they'll get him on SmackDown. If they
Yeah.
want him on Raw, they'll get him on Raw.
Yeah.
Same thing with Brock. Same thing with Edge.
Well, actually, Edge is on the image to be drafted. Edge is actually on the draft list.
I mean, he's got how much time left?
So, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
obviously,
you could draft him to finish off his run, sure.
yeah. I mean, well, one of the ones I know won't get drafted, after some news that's come down, is Bray. So Bray Wyatt's actually out indefinitely for the moment. He's actually been removed from all internal run sheets and everything like that, basically, for the moment. Literally, there's nothing to do with him at all, basically. All it is his health is being reassessed to avoid future complications. That's what was told.
What went wrong, man?
I've heard a few things. Obviously, I can't say too much, but I've heard a few things. But he should never have come back and done the gimmick that he done, because it's brought a lot of stuff up.
But what like, was it Brody Lee that is still getting at him?
Yeah. It's sort of to do with Brody and stuff like that, and it's sort of to do with other bits and pieces as well.
This gimmick is triggering that.
It's that and a lot of other stuff as well. It's not just that. It's that and a couple of other bits and pieces and that. And he was originally injured as well. He had like a hand injury, and a lot of other stuff's come up and stuff like that since. So, but WWE are actually reassessing him. But for the moment, he's been pulled from everything. There's nothing internal for him. There's nothing. He's not. Apparently, he's not even going to be mentioned at the draft. They're not going to draft him. They're not going to. They're not going to mention anything about him because they don't know when he's going to come back. They haven't got any storylines or anything for him. But the only problem is though with Bray is until Bray comes back, Alexa's off, because they can't. The storyline with Alexa is all to do with Bray, and of course then it's also Howdy off as well. Obviously Bo Dallas. So both of them are basically out until Bray's back, because whatever it is. So,
I love Bray Wyatt. He's a super nice guy. I met him in Dallas last year.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems like he's got a lot of issues that he needs to tackle.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of the guy. I'm not poking fun of him. It just seems like that's what it is. And like he's clearly the ultimate professional, because he finished the Orton feud last time around.
Yeah.
And then he went away again, and then he was gone for a year and a half or whatever. But
He got released, didn't he, last time?
Yeah, 2.5 years or whatever. No, a year and a half. It's 2021.
Yeah, but he got released, didn't he, last time?
Yeah,
So,
well, I mean, it ended up being that, but like, I don't know. I just don't know what to do. This guy, like, he's a creative genius, clearly.
Yeah.
But like, something's not right. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know if wrestling's helping his cause.
Yeah, probably not. No.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's I don't think it is either, but no. But yeah, so he is out indefinitely for the moment. One other thing as well, I don't know whether you would have seen it today. I'm just actually trying to find where it was said, but it's Nick Khan has done a interview. I'm trying to find out where it is. He done an interview the other day, and he was saying we've done the whole new merger thing and stuff like that that's obviously just gone on and everything like that. Endeavour are looking to make significant cuts to basically bring things in line. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so it's under pretty aggressive pay cuts. That's the thing. So hang on, it's actually under wrestling news. So let me actually load it up a minute. That's who posted it today. Let me just
Everybody that Triple H brought back.
Well,
See you
it's
later.
not. It's not going to be that. Apparently, it's going to be office.
They're probably not.
It's office staff.
They're probably not that much, honestly.
Yeah. No. Well, apparently it's going to be office staff, and it's going to be stuff like, well, actually, you'll be quite surprised at how much they want to save with it and how much they're cutting back because, of course, they're looking to merge it all. Yeah, so here it is. So it says the Endeavour COO Mark Shapiro stated that has stated that employee layoffs would happen since Endeavour already has people in departments that can handle things at WWE departments. So basically, it's all going to be sort of like it's going to be the WWE staffing, basically.
One minute. Vince, you're gone.
Yeah. So it's that one. He's roughly said they want to save 50 million. Basically, that's how much the cuts are going to be. Yeah. They're saying it said if you look at what Endeavour was able to take out cost-wise from UFC in 2016, or shortly after that deal was done, we have the same exception here. We think 50 million is a really conservative number. We have integration teams now. We're going to get these into shape. I think we'll have the sense of it much better in the next month or two. We're going to be pretty aggressive with them to make sure that for our shareholders and our company, our organization is as lean and mean as possible. We are looking to save the same amount as what we did last time. So it's going to be cuts up to about 50 mil. Basically, they want to end up doing towards the company. So the rumors are is it's going to be all head office staff, like all head office is going to be gone.
But how much is the office people making?
Yeah, but if you think about it, there's loads of people because half of the departments which they've got now they won't need anymore because they won't need the PR department will go because they won't need that because they'll have the Endeavour one, which everything will go through.
True. I guess it adds up.
Yeah, advertising and stuff like that. Advertising, marketing, everything like that. They've all got teams which can all sort of combine. So 50 mil between that. Plus, then as well, some of the dead weight as well from it. They'll cut. Some talent will get cut. I know for a fact that some talent will get cut, but it won't be anyone main roster.
Brock Lesnar, Logan Paul.
That's only so many, but
John Cena. See you later.
But no, it's mainly going to be NXT ones. Like the PC recruits who aren't on TV or aren't doing anything in that. But but 50 mil, I don't know how they're going to manage that. But like I was saying, it's going to be mainly office staff and that. So and that's the way they're wording it anyway. Is that they're going to integrate all the departments basically. So, and the funny thing about it is they want to save all this money and they've just literally opened up their new headquarters.
Yeah.
And that's where all the departments are. So if they're going to be doing that, then they're going to be, taking out half the staff, which are going to be working at headquarters. And
I don't know how they're going to get away with that, but
no, they'll do something, but it's all right. It'll be up to this man to sort it out,
We had a blast with him on my post WrestleMania stream.
Did you?
Oh my god, we were just between him and Shane.
And the injury. Man got injured.
And then Vince looking like a Marvel villain. Sorry, I'm trying. I see something like you see the thing on my eye right now.
There's nothing there.
Dog, I can see it. It's the other eye. Wait a minute.
Where's your finger?
Did I get it? Yeah, I got it now. Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Temporary distraction on the stream.
I just saw it. I'm trying to get it. It's bothering me. I was doing the wrong eye too, because you look in the camera, you're doing that. But
don't worry, temporary distraction on the screen, but I carried on going, the professional I am. Okay.
Anyway, we were having a field day with Vince. We were just
I bet you were.
It looks like him and Keith Lee should be doing the opposite of what they're doing. Have you seen what he looks like, right?
Yeah.
You see what? Keith Lee looks like Vince. Well, not skin wise, obviously, but Keith Lee is all the gray hair.
Yeah.
And Keith Lee's 40, if that.
Yeah.
And then Vince McMahon is 77, jet black hair.
Strip black mustache and everything like that. Yeah, it's quite funny actually. But
I would say he's going through a midlife crisis, but he's 77.
Yeah, I don't know how he's done that, but yeah, no, but yeah, so that's basically. I think that's all everything covered this week. I don't think there's anything else kind of like that we need to. Yeah, no, I think of. I haven't seen anything else come down.
No. Yeah,
Do you
the
see
draft
anything
next
else?
week. But yeah, I'll have predictions of where. Do you know how they're doing the draft? Are they doing three Raw picks, two SmackDown?
I don't know. I've been asked this today, and it's all been kept quiet. But I know they want to try and do it as kind of professional as possible. So they might even be
Yeah, I've
doing
heard
it
that
sort of
before.
similar to. Well, no, they might even be doing it sort of like the NFL draft. I don't know how they manage it, but you
Well,
never know.
I
It
mean,
could.
they said that years ago. They're like, oh, we're gonna do it like the NFL draft, and then they didn't. So I
Yeah,
don't
but don't
know.
forget. Yeah, but don't forget this is under Triple H now, isn't it? So
That's true, but I did my mock drafts
yeah,
basically because Raw gets 3, SmackDown gets 2.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's probably how they will end up doing it, but they might even just do it like normal years and stuff. But nobody knows at the moment. We'll probably get more information over the next
Yeah,
week or so.
I'll mention some people who might be on the way up. Hint, hint.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few things where that might as well come up in the NXT talk about in a minute,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When we talk NXT, I'll mention those guys and gals.
Yeah, guys and girls. Well, going into the reviews then, so I don't think much happened on SmackDown. Not what I can remember. I don't think there's much to actually bring up from SmackDown. I don't think there was
Honestly,
a few bits and pieces.
Did I even watch live? What was I doing?
I don't know, but
what was I doing? Wait, what was the date on that?
14th, I think. I think it's 14th. Yeah, 14th it would have been.
I was at the movies. That's
fair enough. Yeah,
I was seeing the new Air Jordan movie, and then I had a stream.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, I don't think.
Did you see it yet? The new Air Jordan movie?
No, I haven't. No.
Great.
Well,
my favorite movie of the year. Folks, if you haven't seen it, even if you're not even a basketball fan, which I really am not a basketball fan currently. I used to be, but I'm not. Even if you're not a basketball fan, really great movie with a really great cast.
Did you do a review for that one on the site?
Yes.
I think one. Yeah.
Wait, on the site?
I'm not sure. I think I might have seen one. I'm not sure.
Did I post it to the site? I don't remember. No, I did. I'll post it again. I'll get more.
I was going to say if you did post it, then I'll just tell everyone to go and check it out. But
yeah, if you can tell me later if I did or didn't, because I honestly don't know how to do that.
Yeah, you haven't. Yeah, no, you haven't done it. I'm looking now. Yeah, there's no review.
Okay, so I can. Okay, yeah, I'll post it either tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I know it's gonna happen. People are gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's Xero." No.
Yeah, no. One other thing actually we do need to bring up. I forgot to bring this one up actually. It was an official WWE press release that came down yesterday. Don't know if you've seen it, but it's to do with the Michigan Panthers.
Oh yeah, the USFL.
Yeah,
that's not the league The Rock owns. That's something different.
No. Well, no, it's to do with the Michigan Panthers. They've teamed up with Big E.
Yep.
For official home game event duties. I don't know what that is because obviously I don't. We don't obviously.
What's the term?
Yeah, so events. I think EMCEE.
EMCEE MC. Oh, MC. He's like he's like the hype man.
Oh yeah, like he does for the affiliate. MC.
No. I mean, he's a perfect hype man. But that is not the league The Rock owns, which is interesting.
No,
that's a whole nother league by itself. So that's interesting.
Yeah, because that came down as an official press release yesterday from WWE.
Good for. I mean, I don't think he's coming back, and you know what? Can't blame the guy. He's having fun with his life. You could tell. So
Yeah, he's
Good
doing
on
other
him.
bits and pieces. He's
Yeah,
still
he's
kind of doing
doing.
bits and pieces in the background, isn't he? So like he's still in the up, down, down stuff with
Yeah.
Xavier and yeah,
Kofi
Kofi and yeah,
and
and the other
Tyler
ones. Yeah,
Breeze. That was
yeah. Well, Tyler Breeze
no.
has been back for a while, so yeah,
Well, no, no. He was at WrestleMania with. He was in the WrestleMania video, but that was about it.
he's done a few of them. He's been back. He's been back for quite a while. He's doing
On Up
train.
Up Down Down.
Yeah. He's
I
also a
yeah, I didn't watch.
he's a trainer at NXT as well. He's one of the PC trainers. He's been there for quite a
Really?
while. Yeah, he's been there quite a while. Yeah.
Since when?
Since ages ago. I think I reported it back in October that he's been
All
back
right.
since
Well,
about October.
folks, clearly I'm paying attention to what's going on
Yeah.
in the wrestling
You know,
world.
he's yeah,
Clearly, I keep tabs.
yeah, no, he's been back since about October, November time it was, and that basically, yeah. So yeah. As an official trainer for NXT.
Must have been sleeping
Probably, yeah. So yeah.
for
Well, yeah,
6
well,
months.
Yeah, well, that was the last thing anyway. Then, yeah. So, yeah. So again, SmackDown, and not really. There's no point really reviewing that one. I mean,
What happened on SmackDown? I don't even remember.
the main.
Solo
it's
beat
been-
Roman. Solo beat Riddle.
Yeah,
Roman. I don't know where that came from. Well, I do know where that came from, but
yeah. I mean, that's
uh,
obviously coming soon at some point. I don't know when, but it was mainly about the draft and everything like that on SmackDown. It wasn't really that much sort of like big stuff, really.
it seems like they're on. No, I don't want to say they're on cruise control, but
Going into Backlash and everything, it's mainly just rematches and stuff like that. Going to be after the draft, it's going to be a lot better. Now, after draft and after Backlash, and that it's going to be a lot better because then they'll actually have the rosters in place where they want them. So, but no. Well, I might as well move on then to talking about what was doing SmackDown and that. Then I might as well move on to Raw then. Raw was actually pretty good this week, I'd say. Well, not 100% Raw, but not 100% good. But I mean, like it was an average Raw for it. Did you watch any of Raw in the end, or not?
I'm pretty sure I watched it all, but like it kind of leaves my memory real quick. So once you start talking about it, I'll remember and I'll be able to react to it. That's the great thing about my memory. You're getting genuine reactions from me because I have no idea what happened.
Well, okay, then right. Well, Monday then. So we open up with the Bloodline minus Roman because obviously Roman never showed up.
Now it's coming back to me.
Yeah, this was in the shocking moment then for the night first morning was they were talking in the ring, the Bloodline were, and then Judgment Day come out and Paul Heyman has announced that they've done a sort of a temporary team up for the night.
Yeah, when the music hit, I was like, oh, Judgment Day, and I'm like, Judgment Day with the blood. What? I was like, I'd be for this feud, and then. Can you explain to me what the stare down between Solo and Rhea Ripley meant?
Rhea's turned around and said she wants to start facing males and stuff. She wants to be the next China, and she wants to start sort of facing males and stuff like that. And the reason behind it is because Solo has teased that he would like to face Rhea at some point, and Rhea's turned around and called out Solo as well on previous occasions.
Because then they switched them around, but then they switched, and I'm like, what is this? Because I truly had no idea.
Yeah, that's what it is. That they want to, so that's probably going to be something coming up soon. But that then goes into the announcement then that at Backlash it's going to be Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Matt Riddle versus. The Usos and Solo Sikoa. That's more than likely going to be the main event, I'd say, for Backlash.
No. Are you sure?
Well, I don't know. It's either going to be that or it's going to be Brock Cody.
See, I was thinking Bad Bunny.
I don't know because he's hosting it, isn't he? He's hosting it.
You don't think he wrestles?
He's going to be involved with Priest somehow. Him and Priest will be involved somehow.
I think it's him and Ray versus Dom and Priest. I think
I mean, it might be, but I can't see that being the main event. I can see it being either opening or sort of slotted in the middle somewhere, and that he's got hosting duties to do. Only if you think about it, it's going to be either the 6-man tag or it's going to be Brock and Cody as the main event. It's going to be one of them two. Seeing as there's no Roman, they've got to have a big match to end it with, and it's going to be. I mean, they might surprise us and put the tag match there, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so that went into that announcement, and yeah, and then that moved into Solo Sikoa versus Rey Mysterio. Yeah, which ended up Solo got the win, of course.
Did you hear what you could hear Solo saying when he went for the pin?
No, what did he say?
You can hear Solo. It's very discreet, but you can hear it if you listen closely. He said thank you to Rey.
Okay.
As he went down to pin him, you hear thank you.
Okay. That's interesting then.
Classy moves. Well, no.
Yeah.
I don't think that has anything to do storyline wise.
No,
I think that's just a thank you for like, hey man, thanks for letting me beat you. I mean, Seth did it. I mean, it's a sign of respect. I have no problem when guys do that.
Yeah, fair enough. So like I said, Solo wins that one. The LWO tried to come out to help Rey, but they're all finished off by the Usos and Solo. Then move into backstage, and it is Maxine and Adam Pearce there with Gable's there as well. Basically, it was just a small segment backstage. It then shows what happened next week with when Bailey was talking to Dakota and Io, which then set up Io's victory last week to set up the match tonight, then which then goes into Bianca Belair versus Dakota Kai. Just before the match, we actually had an announcement that Bad Bunny is returning to Raw next week as well. So that's probably where we'll find out is that Raw next week is whether it's what's going to actually happen. I mean, he might not even be wrestling. We might, I don't know. We'll find out next week, hopefully.
I find it hard to believe he's not going to wrestle in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Well, the Bianca Belair match and Dakota Kai, obviously, Bianca wins from that one. She, no surprise there. You weren't going to have Dakota Kai win over Bianca Belair, not on a random Raw. We then have they just show what happened 2 weeks ago when Cody and Lesnar were in the ring and they faced off against Roman and Solo, and that beatdown that happened. Judgment Day's backstage. They're talking about Bad Bunny coming back next week. And that would literally just have a little segment there where in the end Paul ended up bringing Roman in the end. What then do we have next then? So then we have Cody's entrance. Cody comes out, says he wants to have Brock, says he wants to go face to face with Brock tonight. Adam Pearce comes out, does the whole "you're not medically cleared" thing, and that tries to get him out of the ring. Cody goes mental. Brock shows up. A load of security guards show up. Brock's literally just there, just standing on the stage.
Brock shows up. Brock does the bare minimum.
Yeah, but if you think about it, Brock got paid loads of money just to show up on stage, and that.
Homie walked out. I think he just smiled. I think he may have nodded. I think he shopped at the same place the Undertaker shops at.
Yeah, probably got paid a couple of mil just for coming out and smiling on the stage.
God bless him.
Parents,
God bless him.
Yeah. So it's and then it sets up the match for Backlash between Brock and Cody after Cody basically starts attacking everyone. Then we move into Seth versus The Miz. Actually, that was a pretty awesome match.
I was watching it. I'm like, this is a Miz match?
Yeah, I never expected it, but it was. Apparently, as well, it got great reviews backstage. A lot of the management backstage returned and said it was a really, it's probably one of the best matches in quite a while, and those two got a lot of praises for that match for putting it on. So Seth wins after apparently he wanted to walk out and didn't care anymore. So
Seth's on his way out. How do you spell All Elite Wrestling, baby?
I I'm waiting for him to come in and say that one day on the microphone. That'd be hilarious.
He would say something like that, like bye
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah. Yeah, we then go on into a backstage segment. Sami Zayn and Owens and Riddle talking about the plans for later on. Yeah, some of the stupid ideas that Riddle was coming out with was just hilarious. Yeah,
Tobro or whatever.
Tobro, yeah, that was it. Tobro. He wanted to do the Tobro. I don't know what the hell he was on about, but yeah.
It's like they just don't script Riddle, and they're like, "Yeah, just get high and do whatever you want."
Yeah, just say what you want, yeah. We then just have a segment then with Trish where she comes out, explains why she turned on Becky and everything. Well, yeah, she's explaining why she turned on Becky and that for airing it. She's gone proper heel now. That's Trish's proper heel turn now for it. That's going to obviously then lead into SummerSlam between Becky and Trish. We all know that's what's going to happen there.
You don't think it's going to be in Saudi?
No, I think that no. The rumors are it's SummerSlam. They're trying to set it up for SummerSlam. That's the thing.
I thought Trish would try and get the payday, but
I mean, they might do something there because obviously they've also mentioned as well. If you notice that she took out Lita. Now they could end up doing Trish versus Lita in Saudi.
That's true. Lita has been there before.
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously an option there, but it's
I guess it's just preference if Trish wants to go.
Yeah, that's the thing, is up to Trish. But yeah, I mean, because I can see them doing that one as well, is rather than just Becky and Trish, to get some lead up to it, maybe Lita comes back and challenges Trish to a match for Saudi. Yeah. So obviously it was then announced that Trish was the one that took out Lita with it. So yeah. We then move on to Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory. Match ended in a DQ after Bronson Reed attacks Lashley, which then obviously that's going to be the next feud for Lashley is Bronson Reed. Which is a really random matchup, but obviously Bronson Reed is one of Triple H's boys, isn't he? So that's going to be he wants to put him against a big star, as in Lashley.
Got to do something with Lashley.
Yeah. So yes, that's going to be the next big feud there. Yeah. Obviously, yeah. Go back to the Trish thing. Then she says that the reason why she done it as well is that Becky's a joke. The reason why she did it was because her words was, "It's not a child fantasy. I'm the greatest of all time." And then and she basically just says that she was the one that started off the women's revolution, none of the others, and that drops the mic after a damn good segment and then walks away in the end. Then go backstage. Cody's being interviewed by Kathy Kelly. He says the only thing he wants is to win when he faces the Beast at in Puerto Rico. It'll be a Backlash, won't it? For that one. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan then come out, and they come out before the match, which we then move on to then, which is Michin Mia Yim and Candice LeRae versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Chelsea and Sonya actually won that one, which, well, I mean,
I'm not shocked. Yeah, to
be fair, yeah. Chelsea threw a glass at Liv Morgan as well after the match, which was quite funny. I don't know how that's obviously that was on there.
I mean, Chelsea's doing the Karen gimmick very well. So.
Yeah, very, very well. Since she's come back, she's done that really well.
Credit is due.
Yeah. We then move on to a segment backstage involving the Street Profits, Elias, and the Boogs, where they're talking about the draft. Corbin shows up and says the teams can be traded, and Cesaro shows up and basically says that Corbin stinks and nobody's going to want him. So that was a pretty funny segment that one was as well.
You've all been warned.
Yeah, Corbin.
My draft video. It comes out. I'm recording it tomorrow. I'm not sure when it comes out. Maybe Tuesday or Monday of next week. I do have a certain tag team splitting up.
Okay. You think the Profits? I think the Profits split it up.
I think this is the best way to do it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, and then we move on to the main event then, which is Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Matt Riddle versus the Judgment Day. Yeah, I do believe that did the Judgment Day win that? No, who won that one? I can't remember.
Usos. Riddle, Sammy, and Owens. They all hit finishers. Riddle pinned Dom? Question mark.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Maybe it was Priest he pinned.
Been. I'll tell you one thing though. There's a video going around. You need to try and find it. I'll try and find it and send it to you. Kevin Owens hit the stunner on Dom afterwards, after Raw went off air, and that somebody filmed it from the crowd, and Dom sold that. Dom sold that so well. Yeah, he sold it so well, and yeah, I'll send it and I'll try and find it and send it to you. But yes, Kevin Owens literally hit the stunner on Dom, and it was the best. It's a good stunner. The way he sold it and everything like that, it was really good. It was so yeah, it was. Yes, that was Raw done then. Like I said, a pretty good show this week, I'd say. For that one. What did you think of it?
Now that it jogged my memory, yeah, pretty solid. I hate that Raw's 3 hours, so I hope it changes after this new deal and whenever 2024 the deal ends.
Yeah,
2 hours is more than enough, man.
Yeah,
more than enough. But we'll see about that.
Yeah. So, but no, yeah, that's yeah. Oh, one other thing that was coming down from Raw is apparently a segment got cut with the with Damage Control
because he walked out. I mean,
no. This week was to do with it was to do with Bailey and stuff like that. Basically, this one was Apparently they cut the segment from it and it left Bailey annoyed. Apparently that's the latest news that's coming on out. That's just literally just come on down a little bit ago. That's come down as. So yeah. Well, yeah. So that's Raw then. NXT.
On the NXT, baby. Now I missed the opening. I'll be honest. But this is the go. This is the go home for Spring Breakin'.
Yes.
Really stupid name, but I personally thought Spring Breakin' was last night, so I was like, okay, cool. Hayes defends tonight, and my one buddy was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Hayes versus Waller tonight." He goes, "That's next week." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Clearly, I keep tabs on what goes on, folks. We started with the triple threat tag match. We had the Creed brothers versus Gallus versus Dyad. Now, I guess Dyad is not being granted their release.
Well, no. Well, I don't know, because Dave Meltzer was so adamant that they had been released and that he was defending it to high heaven when it came down that they were doing it that way, and he put it out that they had been released, but obviously they've not. So
yeah, obviously that was what, 2 weeks ago at this point they requested a release.
Yeah, I mean they could have been granted it, and they might be working the 30 days because they do have 30 days non-compete afterwards, don't they? Where they can still potentially work. So
sure.
I mean, it could be that.
They usually don't do that, but yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't think they've got it. I've not heard personally that they've got it. So, yeah.
We had a little not backstage. We had a little ringside shenanigans. Ivy confronts Ava Raine, which would be a good match.
Yeah.
Coming forward, Brutus knocked Jagger Reed off the top of the floor, hitting Ivy Nile on the way down.
Yeah.
This distracts Julius after the Brutus bomb, which allows Gallus to come in and level Brutus with the double team for the pin and win. So, no, we have the same tag champs. They stand tall after the match. Cameron caught up with Dijak earlier in the day as he was entering the building, asking about the WWE Draft. He is not one of the ones I have going up. I'll hint at which ones I do. He said if he doesn't care pretty much where he goes, he's set to face Apollo Crews later that evening. Then we get a this threw me off. We get a promo from Noam Dar. I did not know he was back.
I didn't even know he was still about.
Yep, I did not know either. So that leads to Noam Dar versus Miles Bourne. Obviously Noam Dar wins. I thought he was released years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the match, Star stands tall. He celebrates with the Heritage Cup trophy. What is that?
That's from NXT UK when that was a thing. It was in place of a title where what they done was they used to have.
So
Do you
their
remember?
world
Well,
champ didn't show up either. Cool.
no. A while ago they had that best of 5 rounds match or whatever they done.
With
They had those
Axiom
rounds
and Frazier? Or no, that was
Yeah.
best of 3.
No, it was a rounds match or whatever. Where it's like I think it was Hayes and I can't remember when it was. It was at one of the pay-per-views. It was between Carmelo Hayes and somebody else.
Apollo Crews?
Might have been, yeah. Might have been,
2
yeah.
out of 3
yeah,
falls?
No. It's called a rounds match. Basically, it was 5. It's sort of like boxing. It's 5 different.
Oh,
it's
they
5
had
rounds,
Trick
like 2
Williams versus
That was
was it
it.
Wesley?
Probably, yeah. And that was it. Yeah. Yeah, it used to be the Heritage Cup used to be defended in that way. So most of the matches on NXT UK, if they were defending the Heritage Cup, it was basically done via those rounds matches for it.
Okay.
It was basically just like a secondary sort of like title and that really for it. So even though yes, they still had all the champions and that there, they just wanted to add something extra in for people to fight for. So it was literally a trophy. That's what it was. You were literally fighting for a trophy, and the name to said you were like the Heritage Cup champion. So yeah, that's what it was for it. So obviously you never used to watch NXT UK, did you? So
Nope.
I didn't know that one.
I've watched maybe one pay-per-view.
Yeah. But no,
yeah, because Walter Dragunov 2 was on regular NXT, so yeah.
Yeah, but no, yeah, it's
But the one show I did watch was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, NXT UK used to be really good, but yeah,
it was Imperium. No, Gunther defended against. I'm sorry, Walter defended against Mark Coffey, Joe Coffey, something. He won the match. He won the match, and then the Undisputed Era showed up to set up Worlds Collide. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That was the show I watched. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
So then we get a promo from Roxanne Perez. Spoiler alert. That's one of the ones I have.
Yeah, I think she's saying goodbye next week. Yeah, I think
who has words for Zoe Stark?
Yeah,
that's another one I have.
Yeah,
and Tiffany Stratton, who's staying right at NXT. It's not a joke, but you know, I don't think Stratton's going up.
To be fair, I agree with you on that one. Yeah,
I do think Stark and Perez are gone. I do.
Yeah.
As she looks to regain the NXT Women's title, we go to break. Then we come back from break and we see Josh Briggs and Kiana James in her office. Then Jensen and Fallon Henley show up. They're feuding. So there's a tag match next week at Spring Break-In. Mixed tag. It's Briggs and Kiana James versus Fallon Henley and I always get Briggs and Jensen confused. Brooks Jensen, because it's never mind. I won't say that. In my head, I was gonna put their initials out there, but
yeah.
For Brooks Jensen, his initials are you can put that 2 and 2 together there.
Yeah.
We won't get into that. Next, we go to the ring. Odyssey Jones just out there celebrating. Then Braun Breaker spears him out of nowhere. Now, I was gonna say I did have Braun Breaker going up at one point, but I don't anymore.
I don't know. I think he is. I truly believe, because some of the names which I've heard is that he's on the list. He's definitely coming on up.
Okay, but here's the problem. Here's the problems I have with that. 1, they just turned him heel.
Yeah.
2, he loses to. Now I love this man dearly, but he loses to Andre Chase on the way out.
But does he lose to Andre Chase? Does he not Does he beat Andre Chase and then go out on a high?
Don't you usually lose at NXT and then go up?
Not necessarily. not all the time, because this is another thing as well. Shawn Michaels has come out and said he this was mentioned a little while ago actually. Shawn Michaels has come out and said he's literally told last minute. Sometimes he's literally planning shows, and then the next thing you know is it's this person's being called up, so then he then has to rewrite the entire show basically to get
I don't
around
know.
it.
Sean said months ago that he wants to have Breaker on NXT a little more just to round him out completely. I just don't see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he might stay. I don't know. He's obviously
That was a Vince thing. I think he's staying. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have Duke Hudson who interrupts him, and then Duke Hudson accepts the match for next week. Andre Chase versus Braun Breaker. Poor Andre Chase. He's going to get murdered.
Yeah. Big time, yeah.
Then we have Mackenzie Mitchell backstage with Cora Jade. She said she had plenty more to say about NXT Women's Division last week before she was interrupted, and then she's gonna beat Gigi Dolan later. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez versus Zoe Stark. Pretty solid match. We got some time, but Roxanne wins in the end with the Pop Rocks.
Yep.
After the match, Indy Hartwell comes out, and I forgot she was women's champion because it's just still out of nowhere that came. Indy is a fighting champion. She says, well, why don't we do it next week at Spring Break? And then Tiffany Stratton shows up.
Yeah.
And now we have a triple threat match next week at Spring Break-In. Tiffany Stratton versus Roxanne Perez versus Indy Hartwell.
I mean,
Roxanne Perez, make sure you say goodbye.
I reckon, yeah. Either Roxanne's going to be saying goodbye next week, or they might even have Indy drop the belt next week. I can see that as maybe they have Indy drop the belt and she comes up as well, because she was originally meant to be coming on up.
But I've been hearing that for a while.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think they give her a 3-week reign. I don't know. That's just me, though.
No, fair enough. Yeah, well, that's fine. So yeah.
All right.
Fair enough.
Next up, we have Mackenzie backstage with Grayson Waller, another one who I have going up.
Yeah, Waller. Yeah.
I'll get into why. Asking how he has an NXT title shot if he lost to Johnny Gargano. Waller says the unsanctioned match didn't count against him, which is true.
Yeah.
Technically, it is unsanctioned and it doesn't count. He promises to take the title from Carmelo Hayes. Warning, he's not winning.
No, he's not. No, definitely not.
We see footage of Von Wagner and Mr. Stone backstage. Stone's pretty much given up on him. Yeah. Then we have Cora Jade versus Gigi Dolan. JC Jane gets involved, costs Dolan the match, and Jade hits her DDT for the win.
Yeah.
Then Jade takes the mic, but Lyra Valkyrie, Valkyria, however you say it.
Valkyrie, yeah. No, Valkyrie,
whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They set up their match for Spring Break-In next week, and I assume Cora Jade wins that.
Probably, I would have thought so. Yeah,
I would think so.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Mackenzie Mitchell with Eddie Thorpe. Thorpe talks about his 8-year journey. I don't know who that is. Is he from New Japan or something?
Eddie Thorpe, I think so. Yeah, he is. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
He's yeah.
Comment on this. Let me know who he is, because I don't. Kemp was kind of stalking him last week, so they're Kemp says he's just keeping his eye on the future. So next up we have Dijak versus Apollo Crews. Solid match. I can't believe Apollo Crews might want to just go back out, man. I don't know. He's kind of lost right now.
That Eddie Thorpe, just to let you know, it's Carl Fredericks, who used to be in New Japan, like what you said.
Okay, so I was right.
Yeah, Carl Fredericks' his name. Yeah.
I knew there was somebody recently on NXT that. Yeah. Dijak wins with the Feast Your Eyes. He gets booed after the match. Then Dragunov comes in, headbutts him. The fans chant, "Let them fight." I'm not sure if that match is next week, but that will be a brutal match.
That will be
when said and done. Next up is technically the main event. It's the last match of the night. Charlie Dempsey versus Wesley. Now, I don't know if this was advertised.
I don't think it was. No.
I mean, simply put, Wesley wins. Gulak attacks him after the match.
Yeah.
Then we have Tony D'Angelo and Stax Lorenzo at dinner addressing the challenge from Pretty Deadly earlier in the show. I didn't see that on here, but I do remember that now. Pretty Deadly offered to challenge them earlier in the show. Tony says next week at Spring Break-In will feature the first ever trunk match, and after they win, they would take Pretty Deadly on a long ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the main roster. Roster.
Possibly.
To Raw.
They're not on my list, but I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah.
Back from break, we get a quick vignette from the powerful, forgive me here, Oba Femi, new up and coming guy. I don't know. And then the last segment of the night is the Grayson Waller effect. The fans boo him, of course, because he's a great heel. Out comes Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Hayes and Tricks take their seats with Waller. Hayes gives it up to Waller because he keeps pulling off title shots after these losses. Hayes goes on, and Waller says Hayes just comes out here saying the same thing each week. Waller says in 18 months, he's become a bigger star without a title than Hayes has with it. Waller says he doesn't need a title. He's what a title needs. Now, that was a dead giveaway to me for him to be like, I'm not winning a belt on NXT. I'm going up.
Yeah.
That's my
definitely.
prediction.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
I think SmackDown. That's my guess for him.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Hayes goes to respond, but Waller cuts him off. Hayes mentions at one point, I might be jumping ahead a little here, but he mentioned him and Logan Paul feuding, and in my head I'm like, wow, what a feud that would be. But the problem is you have to turn one of them face.
Yeah.
And I love you, Grayson Waller, but you're a terrible babyface.
Yeah, I can see Logan Paul turning face then, yeah.
And Logan Paul is not much better.
No.
But yeah, imagine Logan Paul showing up on NXT. Jeez.
Yeah, but Waller will be on main roster by the time that happens, so yeah, basically.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hayes goes on about how he's greatness, and Waller might have to admit he's just not that guy and not ready for the championship lifestyle. And Hayes, Waller says after he wins the title next week, he can call his buddy MVP, and they can get involved with his business, and that he can carry Omos's bags because they sure are the same height.
I don't really are.
I think he means Hayes is the same height as the bags. I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I was going to say.
He's not the same height as Omos. I can tell you that.
Definitely not. No, they're definitely not. I got
maybe from space they're the same height.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. Hayes says maybe Waller can be Logan Paul's new walking prime bottle. Waller says he would still. What? Okay. Waller says he would still be more relevant than Hayes. It says Waller says he still will be more relevant than Waller. A little mess up on the article there.
Yeah.
Hayes and Waller continue trash talking. Then they drop the mics. Hayes raises the NXT title belt in the air as his music starts up. Waller raises his boot. That's an Australian thing I learned. The champion and challenger continue trash talking while NXT goes off the air. It's a little disgusting what Waller does with that boot, but it's an Australian thing. I can't speak on it. You know, it's what they do.
Yeah. So talking about NXT whilst we're on the subject, I don't know if you've seen, but at WRKD Wrestling,
they're getting their name out there.
Yeah, they've put out that Tyler Bates has been mentioned as a potential call-up.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So I'll give my list of 5 names right now. Now, fun fact. Yeah. I want this on record. When I made the list, I had 4 names at NXT at the time. I had Braun Breaker, who's gone. He's replaced with Grayson Waller. I had Zoe Stark. I had Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
Who's the 4th? Oh, Cameron Grimes. Of course. And then I was like, I'm looking. I want 5 guys. from NXT. Five
Yeah.
superstars. So I'm looking through the roster. I come across Tyler Bate. I'm like, he would be pretty solid on the main roster. There's not much for him to do on NXT. So I put him down, and then all of a sudden it's coming out that they might want to call him up. I'm like, uh-oh, I knew it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tyler Bate was my fifth and final. Tyler Bate was the wild card. I wanted to have a wild card in there. Sorry.
Yeah. And,
And,
it was it was after he ended up facing Ziggler on
the main event.
on main event, and he really impressed and stuff. So that's that one. A couple of other bits and pieces actually whilst we've been on the air that I've been noticing as I've been scrolling. Don't know if you've seen, but Fightful have put out that Hangman Page is in contract extension talks with AEW.
I did. I saw that when I woke up. My buddy sent it to me. I'm not exactly shocked.
No. Stone Cold Steve Austin's been saying about how Roman defeating Cody was the right decision at WrestleMania. He's now getting a lot of hate for that. Also, one of the other things, well, I don't know if you've seen it, but it was actually making its way around, is the ex-WWE superstar John Morrison. Did you know he had a box? Yeah, he had a boxing match. Did he?
I came across this. I saw it on Twitter on Sunday.
Yeah.
Question mark? Maybe Monday, and I'm like, oh, cool. John Morrison's boxing, and then I'm like, wait, John Morrison? What?
Yeah, but no.
Did you double take?
Did you see who walked into the ring as well? Into the ring walk.
Taya?
Yeah, he had Taya with him. He also had Karrion Kross and Scarlett was with him as well. LA Knight was walking into the ring as well. And he had loads of there was loads of people there. There's a couple of others as well.
I'm assuming they're just really good friends in real life.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. So they were all walking into the ring of that, and it was like, because there's videos of them all walking them down there.
So weird. Huh. I mean, I guess couples in wrestling they'll become friendly. Morrison and Cross probably work together, so.
Yeah, and obviously afterwards, then Morrison called out KSI after a sort of dig in that he turned and said, "Well, yeah, did you not hear it? Did you not hear the promo afterwards?"
No, I didn't hear any of this.
He picked up the microphone and that, and he was talking about how Logan Paul and that was obviously in WE and stuff like that, and how he's done all that, and he said, "Oh, he goes, well, you've knocked out a fake YouTuber and that before. Try and knock out me." So he goes, "So now I'm officially calling you out, KSI." Basically, so he wants he wants KSI.
My man wants to get paid. I passed by Morrison in LA. Him and Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad. I said John Morrison, and then I realized I'm like, and Taya Valkyrie. They were like, "Hi." I'm like, "What's up?"
So that could be a fun match coming up. Basically, for it, which was which is pretty good, yeah. So that's basically it then for this week. Then I'd say
next week it's draft day, baby. Multiple meetings of draft day. If you're an NFL fan, next Thursday is round 1. If you're a WWE fan, next Friday is round
1.
I don't know. Day one. There we go. Because round 1 is literally the only on Thursday night for the NFL. 2 and 3 are Friday. 4 through 7 is Saturday.
Yeah.
If you're a draft fan, it's a big weekend, and I've already made sure I'll be home for both drafts.
Yeah, well, next week then we will. I'll put this one out here now, and next week then we will talk about our draft predictions. Then, if we can do like a draft, draft prediction thing next week. Then,
I can make a list, and by the time we go live, by the time we record, my video should be out. If not, it will be out that night. My goal is to get it out by Monday or Tuesday.
Fair enough, yeah.
I gotta crack the whip on my editor.
Fair enough, yeah. Whip him. Come on, whip him.
I do have to. Gotta toughen him up.
So Yeah, well, yeah. So we'll do that next week then, as well as like along the normal shows as well. Yeah, I am also going to put this out there as well, is because I know we do actually have a few people watching us as well. Sort of like some wrestlers and stuff. Is if anyone would like to come on, drop me a message, and yeah, drop over me or Bobby a message basically if anyone wants to come on, and that just to have a general chit chat, join in or whatever. We'll do whatever.
I will
No.
look at the DMs and be like, who is this random person responding to me? And then I'll be like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
This is supposed to happen.
Yeah, but Bobby will be nice. I promise you. He won't bully you like he bullies Bougie all the time. So yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, at first, it depends.
At first, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, off the bat, I'll be very polite, but then we'll become friends, and then that's when I start to go rogue.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So, so that's So if anyone does want to come on, drop one of us a DM, either me or Bobby, and we'll see what we can do, basically. So, yeah.
Anybody out there, if you're a wrestler, doesn't matter if you're working in the bingo halls or if you're one of the big names.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I potentially have an idea. I won't mention it on.
All right. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. We'll mention it off air then.
It just smacked me in the face.
Yeah.
I'll mention it to you off air.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Well, that was just a shout out. Obviously, as per normal, you haven't got your signs. Where's your signs? Where is your signs?
Here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So as per normal.
I randomly hit him. Yeah. I'll be posting my my Air movie review. I'll probably do it tomorrow because it's kind of late for you guys now. So
yeah, obviously we've got Mastering on AEW tonight as well, haven't we? Reviews as well going on.
Yes. Yeah. So I'll be posting maybe I'll wait till Friday then.
Whatever. Yeah. Whatever it be.
Well, I'll figure it out. Yeah.
Well, no rush for it, really. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that, everyone. Then, obviously, like and subscribe to both the channels. Hit that like button, as Bobby's little sign says, and obviously, subscribe. Well, I say
250 subscribers, baby.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So let's
keep it up, then. Yeah. There is as well. I'm going to say this now. I've been discussing, and something new is coming soon. Xero-wise. Is we're going to start running a few competitions on here very soon, and that I might do them at the end of some of the uncuts of the week, but I'm still finalizing a few details and that for
we will pay you, and by we I mean him. He will pay you. I will take credit for it though. To be a subscriber, yes.
No, won't do that.
Hit him up. Xero News in the DMs. Don't hit me up because I will not pay you gladly. Maybe $1, maybe a penny. I don't know.
No, that's not happening. That's not happening. No.
Hit him up. His phone number is, I don't know his phone number.
No, he doesn't. No. That's one of the good things. He hasn't got that one. So
I don't think you have my phone number.
No, I don't know. No, which is also pretty good.
If I start getting calls from the UK, I'll know.
No, I'd randomly just start messaging you loads of abuse. But then again, that's normal anyway. So
nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. So yeah,
I'll just be like, I have a random number harassing me. What else is new?
Yeah. So anyway, so that's this week's news done, and that's this week's show done. And anything you want to bring up or anything? You've obviously brought up already about your thing, or
I got a video coming out next week. I have a video coming out tomorrow. I mentioned it. I kind of mentioned it earlier. If you're an NFL fan, I'm doing a mock draft, and to say that recording went poorly is putting it lightly. I was reading numbers. The stats they put together, I was reading the wrong categories. So, but whatever. That comes out tomorrow at 7 Eastern. Tomorrow at 7 Eastern. If you're an NFL fan, go check it out. I dove into that. My editor put in some work on that. And then Monday or Tuesday, my WWE mock draft will be out.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready now for next week's uncut. Yeah. Ready for next week's
uncut. Yeah, it should be. If it's not Monday or Tuesday, at the latest, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
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 And after that, I don't know what I have planned. Oh, yes, I have a stream Friday night. This Friday night.
All right.
8 o'clock Eastern.
Same time as SmackDown. Well done.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? I once did a 10 o'clock stream after SmackDown. I thought I would have the energy. I didn't. So I'll never do that again. I'd rather just watch SmackDown on delay. So yeah, I have my Guardians of the Galaxy 3 stream.
Okay.
Last minute predictions. The movie comes out in 2 weeks. Wanted to do it closer, but with scheduling and all that, we got to go earlier. So be it. You know.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
And that's all I can think of that I have coming out.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So yes, next week then, like we said, we've got all this content coming out then. So keep an eye out for us, and so that's us done then. So this is Xero signing out. Have a good week, everybody.
I'll see y'all next week. And my dog's going crazy on that.
Yeah. So then, goodbye, everybody.